If you ever wake up and feel sad, then just remember that Gogmazios is coming and then you can feel happy. Today is definitely one of those days where we all get to feel happy because we've got brand new title update 4 reveals, details, and, you know, how does an entirely new endgame system for both weapons and armor sound? Good, right? Okay. Hello, my fellow hunters, and welcome then as we break down all of today's new reveals when it comes to Title Update 4. So, of course, yesterday we did get the reveal of the release date for it, being December the 16th, and a few little teasy details. Now, obviously, the main big unanswered question is it going to be a siege hunt? Is the 8 players in the artwork an actual little hint, or is it just because it looks cool? Nobody knows, everyone's talking about it, and that hasn't been answered today. But what we do know is a load of loveliness that's going to be keeping us very nicely busy over the holidays. Starting with volcano emoji, title update 4 info 1 volcano emoji. I just think it's a particularly appropriate emoji. It's time for a recap of the additional information about title update 4. This was unveiled recently at the Monster Hunter Festa Paris event, and yeah, a lot of this was there, but it was obviously in Japanese translated to French. It was part of a little more relaxed Q&A, so getting it actually presented, you know, officially and with handy-dandy graphics is very nice for us. Get ready for Title Update 4, featuring the additional Elder Dragon, Gogmazios. He requires HR 100, and he has a fire weapon mechanic and a dragon element weakness. Now, those distinction of words is quite interesting. Fire weapon mechanic to me, and this is the kind of thing where I'll speculate, then I'll open up the infographic and it'll just explain it completely, but hey, fire weapon mechanic to me implies that if you don't do enough fire damage at a certain point to something or a part of him, then something bad will happen. Like, you have to counter a part of the fight with fire, whereas dragon element weakness just implies, hey, dragon does good damage to him, so if you want to kill him quickly, bring dragon. And that hybrid is quite cool, because obviously it means if we're going to get through what is likely going to be a monstrous health pool, we need dragon, but if we're going to survive while doing it, we need fire to combat whatever this mechanic is. The oil covering Gogmazios' body can be softened with fire attacks, making it easy to land hits, exposing its weakness to dragon element. Okay, I may have just exactly walked into the trap I just preempted, though this one isn't, like, as crazy. This is kind of what they suggested, the oil hardening and softening. The fire will melt it, and then the dragon will do the damage to the now accessible body underneath. Preparation for Gogmazios, get up to HR 100, of course, and a few little ways to do that. We've got the event quests that are for HR, or just do big multi-monster high-tier hunts, and then, you know, get ready with your fire weapons and your dragon element weapons from various monsters that offer them. Though, come on, we're all going to be using Artian, especially using Artian given the new Artian systems that are coming. So, essentially, yeah, just reiterating, the oil needs softening with fire, then the body needs, you know, killing with dragon. I do wonder if there'll be anything more in depth. I mean, obviously, he's got this big railgun-looking thing on his back that we can now properly see in the artwork. Oh my god. Is that going to be dislodgeable with fire? Is that part of it? If we soften up enough oil around it, I can certainly see that being a thing. Title update 4, info 2. So, as well as new monster Gogmazios, we're also adding new weapon-related endgame features. This is the juice, because this is going to be the treadmill of Title Update 4, and I, for one, am excited. Materials obtained from Gogmazios can be used with Artian weapons of rarity 8 to create new, stronger Artian weapons that have one set bonus skill and one group skill chosen at random, while retaining their existing reinforcement bonuses. Holy RNG, Batman! This, then, is kinda neat. Look, let's get the obvious out the way. Of course, it would have been better, or at least some people would prefer. Personally, I don't care about Artian being the best because of layered weapons. All that matters is what you're visually seeing. The stats behind it don't actually change anything other than the damage that you're doing, right? Am I the only one that feels like that? Obviously, back at the start, before layered weapons, yeah, it makes a huge difference, because you want that variance, you want to use your favorite, you know, actual monster weapon. But in the world of layered weapons, I'm visually using my favorite bone sword, so I don't really mind if the stats powering that are from an Artian or from the bone sword. In any case, I digress. We can then upgrade rarity 8 Artian weapons to make even stronger ones, so they're definitely going to be the best weapons in the game, and then they get a set bonus skill and a group skill. So this is very, very neat. It's kind of ffxiv-esque, where we could roll on his weapons a set bonus, so you could essentially have a multi-bonus that you couldn't with just 5 pieces. Like, for example, a 4-set and a 2-set, which is very, very strong. Now, even outside of the offensive potential of that, which is crazy, we also have the immortal potential of that, because it finally means that Zoshia's regen can be fully acquired, all 4 set, with only using 3 pieces of his armor. I realize that's probably quite a unique perk to me, but look, the potential of builds outside of just do more damage with an extra set bonus rank is incredible. But also group skill, that is actually the big one, because the group skill is things like Lord's Soul, i.e., the meta. And if you can get that without having to use 1 extra piece of Arch-Tempered, wow. That said, Arch-Tempered armor is incredible, and you're going to want to be using it for just its efficiency anyway, so perhaps that's not as big of a deal, but either way, this is going to unlock a whole cavalcade of new build potential, and that's exactly what you want. We want to have a reason to keep hunting and hunting and hunting, hit that perfect roll, and unlock the ability to do something you just physically, mechanically couldn't do before. That is so much more exciting than having a perfect roll let you do 1% more damage. Actually activating a whole set bonus you couldn't have is really neat. And then reinforcement bonuses, they're even stronger than standard Artian weapons, so yep, they will be just, of course, more damaging as a base layer, so that'll be interesting to see what's possible, how that's actually tuned, and all of that goodness. Basically then, go into this update with a load of rarity 8 Artian weapons and materials, and to help with that, the 2 event quests will be permanently available to farm from. So yes, forge your Artian weapons to rarity 8, so we have a nice amount to go from. I do wonder if there will be some certain amount of brickingness. It's not like it's going to make people very happy to put in a perfect rare 8 Artian, get the air quotes wrong set bonus, group skill, extra rolls, and then it's just dead, because it's already so difficult to get a perfect Artian to begin with. I really hope this comes with a re-roll try again possibility, even if it's incredibly expensive. Otherwise, yeah, that treadmill is extending to the horizon, so we will see how that lands, but that might be a potential concern. Next up then, title update for Info 3. To help you face the high attack power of Gogmazios, we're also adding a new way to upgrade your armor even further, through a process called Transcending. You can make your armor even stronger than before after reaching HR 100. So that really is the key here. This is the HR 100 properly endgame title update. Transcending raises the limits imposed on armor sphere upgrades and also enhances the decoration slots on armor of rarity 5 and 6. That's very, very cool. There are a few quite good base pieces at 5 and 6 whose decoration slots completely let them down, and being able to get their raw defense up as well is incredible. Like, again, to use Immortal as the example, being able to soothe your waste and transcend it is already really exciting to me. In any case, though, essentially giving us a way to make a lot of the air quotes bad armor, useless, forgotten about armor, maybe have relevance. It's still going to be mostly useless, but there will definitely be some star pieces worth talking about, is really, really nice. So we transcend them, we upgrade them, we have our stack of armor spheres, and indeed you want to have a stack of armor spheres, and they're being made easier to obtain in Title Update 4 to couple with this, which is really, really nice, and for now you get them the normal ways you get them. Having a look at this then, the Kutku Helm is the example. Transcending, it needs 3 bird wyvern gems, so it's going to be quite the material investment, which again is good. You want to feel like it's earned and actually not get all the materials you need for an upgrade in just one hunt. And we upgrade it into a 2-1 slot into a 3-2-1. That is potent. It also adds 8 more levels of defense it can gain. So that turns it into essentially a rare 8 quality piece, at least in terms of defense and slots. So any 5/6 armor pieces with a decent base of skills, or more importantly, any 5/6 armor pieces that have a set bonus that's really good, like buffed Odogaron, being able to transcend it, that suddenly is like, oh, we might well be looking at some new meta options when we take that into consideration, and that's super exciting. Watch this space, we'll obviously test everything, go through it, and see what the new winners are. But this is full of exciting potential. Next up, title update 4, info 4. There's just so much. We'll be increasing the amount of smelting points gained from some of the monster parts, which is nice, you know, just more armor spheres, and we'll implement the following measures to make armor spheres easy to obtain. Permanent event quests for heavy armor spheres, that's nice, and the amount of armor spheres from limited bounties, also very, very nice. This, not like crazy revelations or anything, just the support for the systems that are going to be implemented in title update 4, which is really nice to have. And the 9 stars, of course, are big armor sphere generators, so that's always worth considering, and limited bounties are also really nice every week too. Then, finally, we've got 9-star Rathalos, who's going to appear just in the maps, not just as an event quest, which means you can create investigations for him, which is really cool, because that means he can group with other monsters. And we're also getting more confirmation that weapon changes, and specifically highlighted as buffs, will be coming for some weapons in Title Update 4, and more details will be coming on these soon. And indeed, more info on Title Update 4 in general in the near future. I don't know what more info we could possibly get than this, because this is already absolutely massive, but essentially, however Gogmazios takes shape, whether it's a normal hunt or not, we have an entirely new weapon and armor endgame system that is going to change builds massively, while also giving us a lot to do. The RNG might be a little bit too much, depending on how the weapons play out, but the transcending armor is so nice to see. What is clear, though, is the amount that we have to work on post-title update 4 is clear. It's not just going to be kill Gogmazios a few times, make his weapon and armor, update your builds, call it a day. There is going to be a lot. To the point where there's probably going to be multiple stages of build upgrades, one from just pure Gogmazios, one from perfect new Artian or Transcending, and my mind is going. This is so good. It is beefy, and I cannot wait to get stuck into it. For now then, let me know what you guys think, what you're predicting, and all of that loveliness. For now, like if you enjoyed this, subscribe, hit the bell for more, consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.